Welcome back to the Daily Taoist with Will S. We are talking about the Tao Te Ching and how to get back into spirit and alignment with the way. Today I'll be talking about verse 44. The Tao Te Ching was written around 2,500 years ago by a man named Lao-Tzu. It is one of the oldest texts in existence, and certainly one of the wisest. Its wisdom is timeless, and its message is as relevant and important now as it was back then, if not more so. It is vital that we learn to come back into balance with the natural world, to live in a more harmonious way, and the Tao Te Ching beautifully instructs us in bringing ourselves and our lives into alignment with the Tao. Verse 44. Fame or integrity, which is more important? Wealth or happiness, which is more valuable? Success or failure, which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never be truly fulfilled. If your happiness depends on accumulating wealth, you will never truly be happy. What you gain is more trouble than what you lose. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. If you know when to stop and realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. The greatest secret in the world is simply this: happiness and fulfillment, that which every person spends their life striving for, can never be found outside of oneself. The delusion that we need external success, renown, fame, and wealth in order to be happy is a lie. In spite of our culture's dubious fixation with celebrities and their extravagant lifestyles, we still haven't figured out that these people are usually just as dysfunctional and unhappy as the average person, and often more so. Although it's plain to see that fame and wealth do not bring happiness and joy, and quite often bring the opposite, many people are still focused on chasing these seductive phantasms. Changing your perspective can change your experience of life in an instant. Why buy into the mass delusion that the more we gain, the happier we'll be? Lao-Tzu suggests that the more we have, the more trouble we often experience. Stop for a minute to ponder the truth of this. I'm always interested by stories of lottery winners who suddenly amass millions of dollars, only to find their euphoria short-lived. In a lot of cases, it actually ruins their lives, and they end up far worse than what they were before. The Roman philosopher-statesman Cicero often remarked that to be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. Know when to stop and see how life blossoms in the most wonderful and unexpected ways. Happiness is no longer some obscure object of pursuit, but our deepest, truest nature. Do not continually agitate the mind with seeking and striving. Just be still and content now, and notice what happens. Compliments for the essay go to Rory at the dailytaoblogspot.com. Fairly straightforward verse. I mean, if you look at the early and mid-career of someone like Robert Downey Jr., he had quite the backslide in the mid-2000s, right? And people like Johnny Depp as well, Mike Tyson. what we have to remember, or at least what I have to remember about notoriety and fame and wealth and all of these things, they are just a means to do more service in the world, right? What is the point of having all of this money and this wealth if it's just there to be sitting around flaunting? Money is just a measurement of energy output, right? And the value that you create in the world, right? The more valuable you become, the more materially or financially successful you should be. But the Tao Te Ching is all about circulation, so that the more that you have, the more that you have to put back into circulation, right? We're only ever using or maintaining 20% of the things that we have in our lives, and we need to put the other 80% back out into the universe to do useful work, useful energy, right? When people complain about money, they're not really complaining about money. They're complaining about status and value. Because when someone says they're broke, then they are. But if you tell yourself that you have value and you are wealthy, right? Maybe not materially wealthy, then you are. And it's a cycle. So remember to just remember that we're not striving for status sake. We're striving, or we're moving towards arriving, so that our lives are always in a state of flow, not strife and struggle. And if you can realize that where you are currently is the product of your previous decisions, when you decide to change your thoughts, so does your life, right? Change your thoughts, change your life, by Wayne Dyer, 5 years ago. It was where I am now is a direct consequence of reading that book. So just remember, I love each and every one of you on this planet. Don't strive for status, strive for service. The more service you provide, the more value you will receive. The more value you receive, the more service you can put back into the world. It's that simple. Okay, if you would like to reach out to me for further assistance, guidance, I am at the Daily Taoist on Twitter and Instagram. I am actively moving away from normal or normie social medias. I don't have TikTok. I'm phasing out my Facebook. This content gets put onto YouTube as audio format only. I don't put a lot of effort into my YouTube content for those people who like to watch visually. Please like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform. I like Spotify. I'm an audio only person. I have several places out there where you can leave me a review. Please do so at your leisure. If you got some value out of this content today, buy me a coffee on the website. I am soon to be putting out a Gumroad course on how to start a podcast the easy way. Should be out by Christmas time. Peace, love, and light. Namaste from Will S.